Hey y'all, I am back with my review or my reaction to episode 4. I guess in this episode, my review is going to be not so great. It's going to be not so great. So I guess I'm an uppity Negro because episode 4 was worse than 3 in terms of the pace. This is where Tyler starts to Tyler, if you will. Tyler is not a good storyteller. That is one of his weaknesses in writing. He does not know how to tell a story. Just like episode 3, episode 4 was very slow, not much development in terms of the plot and the story. This is what Tyler does. And he distracts you with the salaciousness, the crazy banter, the insane dialogue, the wild events. He distracts you with that stuff so that you don't see how bad his writing is. For instance, in episode 4, it starts with that wild exchange between the family in front of the lawyer. I mean, you had them saying some of the most outlandish things, from fruitcake to booty buddy to what else? I'm gonna burn this MF down, all that kind of crazy stuff. And that's what Tyler does because he does not know how to provide substance that pushes a story along. Okay, so as you can see, let me go ahead and tell you what my rating is for this episode. It's a -1. To me, it's in line with episode 1. I was not a fan of episode 1. Episode 2 was better, and I was concerned when I saw episode 3. I was like, okay, Tyler is about to lose control of this thing because he does not have the consistency and the will, the ability, the talent, the skill to just deliver a good product. And so I'm not excited about finishing this series. I will, but I'm not excited about it, which is why I was kind of slow uploading my review for 4. After I watched it yesterday, I just needed a break from Tyler Perry. I just needed a break from all of the BS that he has going on. So let's get into some of the stuff that happened in this episode. So we find out that Norman is actually Jules' boss. It's not Horace, it's Norman. Olivia is scared as hell of Norman. She says he is the devil. I guess at some point we'll find out why he is the devil. She says that he knows everything. So apparently they've had some other unsavory business happening at this company besides the whole cancer thing. We know that. For some reason, Tyler Perry thought it was significant enough for us to know that Norman and Olivia had once had an affair. I don't know where he's going with that. Maybe one of those boys, or maybe both of those boys are actually Norman's boys. Who knows? Who knows? And I think that was the highlight of the episode. We also find out that everybody that pretty much works for this family is an indentured servant. They are slaves, from the security to the assistant. They live on the property. They are owned by this family. So I'm wondering who else is in on Norman's dirty dealings and the trafficking with Jules besides, I guess, Roy. Yeah, Roy. Roy's in on it, which is how I guess he got the workers, the security guy and the assistant to work for them. And an example of the dialogue and how Tyler does not tell the story well is when Kimmy met up with Horace again. And, Kimmy is under the impression that Horace is the boss over Jules. He's over that whole operation. So when they meet up at the club, she's acting weird and she's constantly repeating herself like, oh, you should know. Giving a little innuendo as though she knows that he is the boss. So she's saying stuff like, well, you should know what goes on at this club. And him constantly saying, what's wrong with you? He said that multiple times. Tyler could have moved this episode along with her confronting him about whether or not he's Horace's or he's Jules' boss. And if he's in on this trafficking situation. At that moment in this episode is when they could have sussed that out and we could have moved past it. But instead, Tyler is going to drag this on But at what end, I do not know. I do not know why he's going to drag this on, but that is an example of how Tyler does not move the story along. Instead, he has this meaningless exchange between two people that goes absolutely nowhere. They kind of dance around the issue a little bit too long. You know what I mean? If he did not want to hash that out in this episode, he should not have extended the conversation around it for as long as he did. They were dancing around at the club. Then when she went to the hotel where he was going to link up with Angel, she kind of inferred it again. He asked, well, what's wrong with you? And of course, we still got no resolution to what's wrong with Kimmy and why she, is treating Horace differently. And I guess the last thing I want to say on this episode is the fact that Kimmy truly has or had no one, because Rain is gone. She didn't make it, which was sad. But I think this is where maybe Kimmy is going to make a turn and start fighting back because she's so passive. So I'm thinking that the unaliving or the passing of Rain is going to ignite some type of fire in her, and then she's going to start to fight back or get revenge for all of the things that they have put her through. Who knows? I could be wrong. One last thing I want to say about Tyler Perry's writing and the outlandish dialogue that he has his characters doing is when Mallory was having dinner with the lawyer, and she just flat out said, "Do you want to F me?" Who says that? I mean, there was nothing that led up to that exchange, and it was just so abrupt. It was just so out of place. But that's just how Tyler Perry writes, and it's just cringy. And then the extreme that Mallory went to and making him stay and leaving him instead of him leaving her at the table. It's just like, I don't know. I don't understand this man, Tyler Perry. I don't understand his thought process. I don't understand why he believes that this is writing. I don't understand it, but I guess it's not for me to understand. So I will not harp on this much longer. That's pretty much the episode, to be honest. Again, a slow episode, not much development, just a whole lot of meaningless dialogue and outrageous, conversation between the characters. No movement. And we're about to go into episode 5. So we have 4 more episodes. So I'll be back to let y'all know what I think about those episodes. I already know it's not going to be great, but hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you to give you my thoughts and, chat with y'all in the comments, because a lot of y'all are feeling the same way. So we will critique Tyler Perry together. That's all I have for this episode, and I will be back with the next one. Thank you for watching, and I love your participation. Thanks for the engagement. I appreciate it a lot. Bye.